SpongeBob.
Hi, Patrick. Krusty Krab! Krusty Krab!
Are you trying to move the ground? You'll never move it like that. You gotta get underneath it.
Come on, Patrick. I'm trying to train for the games.
Games? Can I play?
Sorry, Patrick. You have to be a fry cook.
Be a fry cook? Is that all I gotta do? That'll be easy.
What do you mean, easy?
How hard could it be?
They don't just let anyone become a fry cook. We're an elite corps.
Oh, come on. You're just flipping patties.
Hey, flipping is not as easy as it sounds. Why don't you go home, Patrick? You can compete in a laying under a rock all day games.
Well, at least I don't polish my fingernails.
You take that back.
Fingernails, fingernails, fingernails.
You don't even have fingernails.
I cannot believe what I am hearing.
How can you hear it? You don't have ears either. Holes, holes, conehead,
Yellow.
pink. Yeah,
I'm gonna get a job as a fry cook and it'll be easy.
fine. Krusty Krab, Krusty Krab. What's that smell in the air? I smell plankton.
Oh yeah? Well, I smell. Phew, he's right.
Wow.
Ah.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. If you guys do not know where that is from, once again, we are on the same theme of SpongeBob SquarePants. That is the Fry Cook games.
I felt the animosity, that tension in that, the back and forth.
Yeah.
I cannot believe what I'm hearing.
No, I think my favorite part
After
of that
all
was...
we've been through, Sponge, like, come on, bro.
My favorite part of that was, you gotta get underneath it! Because I still remember him ripping up the ground. Well, everybody, welcome back to another episode of Bump That, episode 54. Welcome. If you guys do not know who we are, we've got Brian in this corner.
SpongeBob.
We've got KT in this corner.
Today, the chumbuck is gonna kick your carapace.
And I'm Ileana, your host, and we are siblings who love nerdy things and all things geeky and wanted to talk about it on the internet, and here you are listening. So, welcome. We've got, like I said last week, quite a show for you, like I say every week. Whoa!
Whoa!
Quite! All right. First, we're going to be jumping into Disney turning red, more Disney, Moana, kind of Disney, actually Disney, Spider-Man, No Way Home, Doctor Strange, and then we'll jump into some video games, talking about the start of 2022, Pokemon, thoughts, not a review, but just the thoughts, like initial.
Arceus.
Yeah.
Arceus, not Pokemon, the industry.
Pokemon Arceus, I'm sorry, the new one. Legends Arceus. And then the chunk for this episode will be talking about Who Said It from Cartoon Network. Is it Blue, Mandark, Mojo, or Rolf? So, stay tuned for all of that, but first we'll jump into the news. Disney's Pixar lame excuse for putting Turning Red on Disney Plus and not on the big screen. What could they possibly have as an excuse? Because it is just...
So, as you know, Pixar's films have recently been only on Disney Plus. Just the new things have just been coming there without any theatrical release.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And it's become a very sour note for the studio as a whole. Well, according to Screen Rant, there is an explanation, quote unquote.
This better be good.
It's not. So, according to Nielsen ratings, Luca, which was considered one of the best films of 2021, was viewed a total of 10.6 billion minutes on Disney Plus. And so they're calling that a success.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're saying that because that is a success, and why, they're cutting the middleman basically of putting it in theaters. And that's the excuse.
I don't buy it.
That is their public
Don't buy it.
thing. Yep.
They had Encanto in theaters and on Disney Plus. Why couldn't they do both? Why do they have to choose one over the other? That's a really silly excuse.
Yeah, so I'm hoping there's some sort of, it would not bother me in the slightest. I would actually back them up if the people at Pixar just started to like revolt after this.
Yeah.
Literally, they're doing it not just for the work, not just for the craft and because it's Pixar.
Because even then, what are they going to do about the new Lightyear movie? Are they also going to just keep that on Disney Plus and be like, oh, well, it's just not going to be in theater?
There's no way. That movie
Well,
is
then
gonna make
they've
a
got some
bajillion
BS.
dollars.
They've got some BS them putting Turning Red and keeping Lightyear.
I mean, Turning Red is brand new IP, so that's always
So
was
was
you never know
Luca.
how it's gonna do. Exactly. Luca had that, Disney Plus release. So did Soul. Again, that's a, IP.
And then
new
Onward.
IP, so
Onward was also brand new, and they had it in theaters, so there's literally no excuse just to say, oh, we're not going to do it. Like, okay, the pandemic has been slowing down. We don't need to be freaking out anymore. People are in theaters. People have their vaccine shot if you wanted it, whatever. So it's silly. I think it's absolutely ridiculous.
Well, and the other underlying point is that as a whole, Disney Plus is trying to surpass Netflix.
Right.
And so you have this direct competition. It's a new medium. Streaming from home. It wouldn't surprise me if that in the next 10 years would completely phase out theaters as a whole, which would be,
I honestly just do not see that happening because people love to go to those premieres.
Yes, but no at the same time.
I think soon the way the industry is looking at a lot of stuff, blockbusters. People will go to the theaters to see big, giant Marvel or anything else like that, blockbuster films. The smaller films, the comedies, the rom-coms,
No,
the
you're
small
not gonna
dramas,
see stuff
nobody's
like that
going
anymore.
to theaters. Nobody's going to the theaters.
That's
to
all
see
gonna
that.
just be on Netflix and whatever. So that I
Right,
get. Like, you're not gonna want to see Perks of Being a Wallflower again in theaters.
But at the same time, a theater can't operate like that.
Right.
You cannot stay open that way. Even if you were only open for those big blockbusters, you still have to pay, taxes and, property, blah, blah, blah. You still have to pay for the building and for your employees. And so I don't think that it's, I just don't see it happening, within the next 10 years maybe. But I don't know.
See.
I don't know. Will Bump There be there?
Bump there?
Will
Bump
That
there be there?
It's funny. I've been looking for like what other films does Pixar have in the pipeline after Turning Red and Lightyear, and I feel like they haven't really spoken up about anything. So
Like new projects that they're working on?
yeah, so I'm kind of like, what's coming down the pipeline? What's next for Pixar? No new teaser trailers for anything upcoming. So it's
Because
kind of,
both Turning Red
which
is
worries
coming out
me.
this year and Lightyear, right?
Yeah.
So, and we got a trailer for Lightyear last year.
Yeah.
So meaning, and Turning Red last year. Or was it the year before even? No, it had to be 2021. So, sometime this year, then we should be seeing a drop of a trailer or announcement or whatever of a new movie that'll be coming out next year. Correct?
You would think. I don't know.
We'll
Like I said, it
see.
wouldn't surprise me if there was like some sort of weird uprising from Pixar, or they just, refuse to put anything new out.
I'm very concerned. No new releases, nothing on the internet. It's all to be announced. What is the status of Pixar moving forward?
It's
after
just so
Lightyear?
weird though that they treat Pixar is under Disney, but they treat the movies so like the companies so differently. You know what I mean?
Well, and this is going to sound really strange. Is there even a need for Pixar anymore? because you have a lot of, basically every animated film that's coming out is a 3D animated film.
Right.
And if you look at how not Moana. Well, I guess, Moana could be included, but movies like Encanto, where it's just so vibrant and nothing. If you juxtapose that with a movie like
how much of that is the Pixar effect,
Right. So you have all these people that are putting out movies that, are on the same caliber as Pixar. Is there even a need for Pixar
Well,
anymore?
it's always been that, Disney will put out the cookie cutter film. It'll be a redemption story. It'll be a journey story, something like that. Pixar was always, we're going to think outside the box and give you a different type of story of things you've never seen before. They're not people,
That's how they used to be, but now they're putting out sequels. Whoa, shots fired! So,
they've done. They had that chunk of sequels like a few years ago, but lately, Soul, Onward, those are all Luca. Those are all new stories.
I want a Luxo lamp film.
Turning Red, it's all new. So I'm wondering if they're gearing up for like another round of sequels. Maybe we'll get Up 2. Maybe we'll get Incredibles 3.
Please no.
I don't want that one either.
I would love Incredibles. See, I was thinking about this yesterday. I've always clung to this thought that it should be many years in the future. Jack should become evil, and Violet and Dash have to save their brother. But they
Ratatouille 2. The rat returns.
Iron Chef. Yeah.
Iron Chef. He has his own restaurant, and there's like a rival mouse. And he's like nice and clean, and Remy's like.
Okay, in Ratatouille, Remy has got to fight Bobby Flay and just cream him and destroy him because Bobby Flay needs to get owned.
And it's gonna kind of look like the B movie.
No.
Anyways, all right, we gotta move on. But speaking of Disney, we're still on the same boat. The director for Moana has made a series of Moana. That is announced.
For Moana.
Moana the series.
Moana,
now,
the continuing adventures of Moana, starring Moana.
I just read
Moana.
this, but I didn't actually click on the article. Is this 3D or is this 2D?
It's 3D.
3D, and this is going on Disney Plus.
What's not coming to theaters? Whoa, sounds funny.
Obviously, it's coming to Disney Plus.
Well,
does Disney Channel exist anymore?
That was my other thing. I was like, is it Disney Channel or is it Disney Plus?
There's no such thing as Disney Channel anymore, is there?
I'm sure it exists in some format.
They've got to put Gravity Falls somewhere.
No.
You know what I mean?
No, they had Disney XD. That's right.
Oh, no, they don't do that. Do they still have that? That's a
yeah,
different
they
thing.
do.
No, Disney XD is still making shows, I think.
Yeah, that's a different thing, though. That's a different channel.
Yeah,
that is a different channel. Yeah.
I think that's where
it's still out there.
They pump out their content there, I think.
They don't pump it out because all that is I remember the only reason I know that is I just remember watching Disney XD when we went on vacation, and that's what we turn on the TV to for the kids.
Uh-huh.
Oh, Disney XD. There you go. Since we don't have Disney Plus, we have Disney XD.
I don't even know what's on it. I don't even know if it's any good.
It's just like DuckTales and and those silly live action cartoon shows like on Nickelodeon that are all the same. Literally, they just pump those suckers out, bro.
That's where Jake Paul got his start, or maybe not his start, but he had a show on. Anyways, so Moana the series. What have they said about it?
Just announced, David G. Derrick Jr. will direct Disney Animated Studios Moana series for Disney Plus. Derrick first joined Disney Animation to work on 2016's Moana, which deepened his connection with his family's Samoan roots.
Okay.
And there we go.
So, are they going to have the voice actors come back, the originals, or are they going to have to get replacements?
I'm not sure, actually.
I think they'll get the Moana actress back.
But not The Rock.
Did you guys hear that?
Yeah, I did hear that.
Ew. No,
Keeping it
they'll get
professional here.
I believe her name. I apologize if I mispronounce it. Ollie Cravalho. I believe that was the actress that did Moana.
Yeah.
They'll get her back easily to do that. I remember she does a lot of stuff associated with Disney. She was in the Little Mermaid TV version that was like with Queen Latifah a few years ago. So they'll get her back. The Rock, possibly, maybe. You know, he's always cool about doing stuff. He's you know, he's just in everything. So yeah, why not?
All right.
Would they get Lin-Manuel to do some extra songs?
He's too busy working on the next Disney movie.
He's too busy. That kid is just owning up the world. So yeah.
He's doing Hamilton too. No, he's doing Lincoln. That's his next one.
Lincoln. Oh my gosh.
Okay. I
Well-
don't even know what to say.
Yo, my name is Lincoln. My ratings are stinking. I gotta get to the theater before I'm crinking. I don't know. I don't rap.
Crinkin'?
Crinking. That's a new,
Get
that's
to
a
the
new
theater?
word. Yeah.
Why would he
the
want to
Ford
get to the theater?
To see the play.
That's where he died.
Yeah, he didn't know he was gonna die.
Yeah, he doesn't want to go there.
Well, he didn't know he was gonna die. Otherwise, he wouldn't have gone.
Somebody should warn him.
Whoa! Plot twist. He knew the whole time.
Oh my god.
Anyways,
Let's move on quick.
still in Disneyland. No pun intended. Spider-Man No Way Home grosses over $1 billion. Look, I can say it correct this time, okay? Overseas, total gross is now $1.74 billion. That's a lot.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, it's done really well for
That's-
itself.
Stinking lot of money. So congrats,
Hey,
Spider-Man.
good for you guys. Good for you.
Yeah, I don't know what else to say. Congrats.
I wonder if some of that is gonna, since your guy Tom Holland, he's got the Uncharted movie coming up in like a few weeks here. I think that's gonna get released. If any of that is gonna carry over to Uncharted, people would be like, "Oh yeah, remember that guy from Spider-Man #3? He's gonna be in the new Uncharted movie with Mark Wahlberg."
And then
Oh,
they're
and
gonna be like, you know
Antonio
what, Tom?
Banderas.
We're gonna greenlight your young James Bond movie. You're doing so well right now. Greenlit. Wow, what an honor! Everybody's like, no.
Hey Idris, you know what? We don't need you.
Sit
we
down for
got
a minute.
Tom Holland.
We'll call you in 10 years, okay? We're gonna milk Tom Holland while he's young, okay? Thanks.
Oh my gosh.
No, I don't think that'll happen, but you never know.
But yeah, I thought I mentioned that just because that's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money. Moving on, still in Marvel, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness coming to theaters. Once again, theaters. Disney, what are you doing? May 6th, 2022. Is anybody interested? Does anybody care about Doctor Strange? Because I don't.
I think so. It's got Wanda, and people went ape poop for Wanda this past year. So people are gonna
The way you said
love
that.
Wanda. They really do. So and you know what? I mean, and you know, Doctor Strange was in that new Spider-Man movie. That's probably one of the big reasons why that movie's done so well. So
He was
that's
also
gonna...
in, if you stayed for the very end of, no, he wasn't, was
Loki?
he?
Was it Loki?
No, because I was thinking he was going to be in Shang-Chi at the end. Was he in Shang-Chi? The other guy was. Wong was in
his
it.
buddy. Yeah, Wong
So
was
I
in
wonder
it,
if
yeah.
that's going to have, like, any correlation whatsoever.
Marvel, dude, they just know how to just put everything together so that you keep having to roll with the story. So yeah, I think Doctor Strange is going to do really well. I think it might do better than the original did. The original Doctor Strange did like somewhat good on Marvel in terms of Marvel and what they do. It was more like an Ant-Man budget, you know, or
Yeah.
box office. But I mean, it's not going to be at Endgame numbers.
No.
but it's going to do well.
Well, that'll be exciting then. We'll see how that one goes. And bump that. We'll be there to report if it's any good. And maybe they'll see $1
Yeah, man,
billion.
what the heck is this?
Katie just sent us a gif of this little girl, like,
Yeah, Puercaria.
Hey.
I don't even know what that is. Um,
Great.
but, okay, now we're going to switch gears into video games. So we're done with movies. Let's go into video games. Sony bought Bungie. Who is
The
Bungie?
big news of the week.
Who
So-
Bungie is?
So Bungie originally owned Halo, but they're also known for Destiny.
Ah.
So really big games. And you know what I find very fascinating, in which Sony is denying this because of course they are. You know, is this some sort of, you know, back and forth thing? Like, oh well, Microsoft bought this, so we're gonna buy this.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know. It seems a little too sudden, you know, for them to just all of a sudden be.
Are they
"Oh,
just
well,
gonna
we're
like
just gonna
keep
up and
competing
buy."
with one-upping each other or something?
Yeah, but what I love about this so much is while Microsoft and Sony are like Patrick and SpongeBob at the Fry Cook games, just screaming at each other, Nintendo's over here like, I'm the.
And the winner is Rocky.
Yeah. Exactly.
That was what was going on. The snail race.
Yeah, it was a snail race. Meanwhile, they got beat by a rock. So and that
funny to
rock
me.
is Nintendo.
Yeah.
So
Hey guys, we're over here doing our own thing. We just launched Arceus. You're welcome.
Yeah. Now, what is being said is that while Sony will own Bungie, they'll still operate as their own company.
Right.
You know, it's like Viacom owning Nickelodeon. You know.
I think pretty
Kind of
much
thing.
the move for Sony there, as not so much maybe the video game world, but the point is that the Destiny IP, they want to make movies, TV shows.
Really? You
Just
think-
build up
is
that.
that it?
Do
Just like how-
something.
Right now, Halo, that has a TV show coming out or a movie, something like that. I forget on which streaming service that trailer's been released. I'm not a Halo fan, so I really don't care. But they want to do the same thing with the Destiny IP, you know, aliens in space, blasting each other out, lore, all that junk. So that's what they want to do with that. I think that's Sony Cinema, movies, studios, that's what they want to do. So
It makes sense because they haven't touched Destiny in so long, and it's a very popular franchise.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, why not do something with it? So, you know, I think it's good. I think it's cool. I don't really care personally, but I mean.
But
I guess
it's
that's good.
news. It's
It's
news.
news. And once again, lots of money being thrown around.
Yeah.
$3.6 billion. Dollars billion.
$billion. So, speaking of lots of dollars being thrown around, we're going to lose a lot of it because there's a lot of video games coming out in 2022. Oh my gosh, our wallets will hurt.
They already
All right.
do.
So, the lineup, we've got Horizon Forbidden West releasing February 18th. My iPad just died, so now I can't keep listing them off. Great.
No.
Perfect timing.
So,
I got you.
go for it. Go for
Yeah,
it.
I got Elden Ring releasing February 25th. Gran Turismo 7 March 4th. Triangle Strategy March 4th. WWE 2K22 March 11th. Kirby and the Land of Forgotten Souls March
What?
25th. Joking,
Forgotten Souls?
Land.
That's not right. That's no.
It should be Kirby and the Forgotten Death Stranding.
Oh
because
gosh.
nobody cares
I don't
about that
ever
game.
want to hear
Death Stranding
ever
cut,
again.
director's cut March 30th. So, yeah, some fun games coming out.
Yeah,
I
and
guess,
and
if
keep
you're
in mind
into
this is only until March. Out of this list, there are 3 games that I'm interested in personally: Horizon Forbidden West, Triangle Strategy, and Kirby. But you know, at the Game Awards, Elden Ring, of all things, won Most Anticipated Game, and you know, I can kind of see why. first looks at Elden Ring, it looks like a really, really cool game. I don't know anything about it, but it looks really, really cool.
What the heck is a director's cut for Death Stranding? What more is there to that game that they cut? Literally what?
More walking.
More Guillermo del Toro scenes. That's what you get. More baby sucking its thumb in the tube thing.
More really long Norman Reedus
butt shots.
Yeah, butt shots, shower scenes, literally drinking a Monster Energy drink, and that's it. Like,
so many
whoa!
monsters.
They cut this out of the game, bro.
And pretty much there's a whole 45-minute sequence of Hideo Kojima just sitting at a desk and just like, what am I gonna do next? I know, I'll do this.
Did you call him Hideo?
Okay, sorry, Hideo.
Hideo.
Come on, we all know who I'm talking about. Hey,
No.
I have an accent, okay? Respect my accent.
You know, I've
Oh,
noticed
my
that about
Lord.
you, that you've actually really developed a Minnesotan accent. I was like,
gosh.
dang.
Why
I
would
can't
you say
remember
that?
what you said last week, but I was like, excuse me?
Get dear new.
Oh my gosh. So, no, I don't know what else we can be expecting with those games, because we even Triangle Strategy. Why'd they keep the name?
I hate the name. I hate the name, but the game looks baller.
Circle strategy was taken.
And then I think everybody's excited about Elden Ring. I don't know
Yeah.
anybody that's talking about WWE 2K 2022.
No, and I throw that in mostly because for some reason that game actually
They sell?
the wrestling, they sell well, but they are all glitchy, buggy messes.
The chair is just like
Messes.
wigging out on someone's
Yeah,
arm.
and the guys just start like flailing on the mats, literally like going through the thing.
Oh my god, what has happened to him?
If you want a good laugh, look up WWE glitches.
I would
It's so
love
great.
if like the characters acknowledged the glitches and were like, "What are you wigging out? Seizure or something."
It's so painful. But for some reason, those games sell well, so you can't, keep them out of a list like this.
Oh no,
but
I
what's-
can.
But you know what's funny is that in my research, after March, maybe after April, there aren't a lot of games coming out yet, and so
That have been
I'm-
announced or
have
something,
been
like with
announced,
an
yeah.
actual release date.
Exactly. So I'm thinking, this is just me speculating, we may see a Nintendo Direct coming out in February or March to talk about what they're going.
It's going to be an
what they're
indie
doing.
showcase.
No, no.
No more indie games, please.
They introduced their new mobile Mario game.
Yeah, they get you all excited by showing a Mario teaser, and it's Mario on the screen for your phone. Ah! Play
On
while
your
you
handheld
sit on the toilet.
On your handheld device, but it's not your Switch.
Oh man, no thank you.
Speaking of sitting on the toilet playing your games, let's talk about Pokemon Legends.
What? No.
You mean you don't?
No, I do not. However, I have been quite addicted to this game already. I think it released Friday night?
Legally, it released Friday.
Okay. Well,
For you other wieners out there, it released a week early.
so it released on Friday, and it's great. Like, the reviews on it have been great. Everybody was very how would you say it? Speculatory?
No, they were... I don't know.
I don't
know
know.
what you're trying to say.
They were speculating on this game. Is it going to be good? Is it going to be bad? Most were leaning towards, we don't know, because it's different. It's very different compared to what people are used to. And for me, I wouldn't say it's even that different. What do you think? There are aspects of it that make it different, but I don't think it's terribly different.
There are... I think it is terribly different, and
Okay.
in a good and bad way. In a good way, I'm only maybe. Between 3 and 5 hours into the game, maybe.
I'm about 15 hours in.
Yeah, and it is a slow start for me.
Yeah.
It was a very slow start. You know, I was like, let's go. I get it. But after that, I found myself, and I'm not going to spoil anything, but I found myself wandering around, even just the first open area. I was like, you know, you have to go to this point. You have a point to be at, but keep getting distracted like I did in Breath of the Wild. Like,
No, that's definitely
what's
the
over
point.
There? Yeah, what's over there? What is that? Oh my gosh, what is that? And that to me was like, so far is the coolest thing. There's a lot of things to explore, and I'm just scratching the surface of the game, and I'm like, what is that? What's this?
So the way the game goes is that you are not some Pokemon trainer. Pokemon are completely unknown. Nobody has any information on them, so you are a researcher. That is your role. Your job is to go research Pokemon, catch them, use different methods of catching them, like sneak up on them, all sorts of stuff like that to gain knowledge on them and fill out a Pokedex. So it's not filled out for you. You're literally going out and catching multiple of the same to fill out a Pokedex. And it's really interesting because they make it so that battling is more fun, that it's not, all right, sit through this 5-minute cutscene that you just did bite, where you got a little, like, that's it. But now it's actually, like, in real time. As soon as you click bite, it happens. And then your opponent goes literally straight there. And there's no cutscene, no weird, annoying pauses or anything. It's literally just going, making battling much quicker, faster, and more fun, honestly. It's more enjoyable. Your character can actually be injured in a battle with two Pokemon. So you have to be careful with where you place yourself in between Pokemon. Also, other Pokemon that were nearby when you entered a battle can also attack you. So now you've got a little Ghastly over here, and then you've got a Haunter at the same time, both attacking you when you just wanted to engage the Ghastly, and you're like, oh my gosh, where'd this Haunter come from? Crap. So it's making it more realistic in that sense, I think.
If you also jump off of higher ledges and cliffs, you can get hurt. In fact, I've drowned like a couple times.
Several times I have
drowned.
And
I was like, wait, what? Why am I drowning? I went like 2 feet into the water. But I remember I saw a cliff and I was like, if I jump off of this, what's going to happen? And like the screen went like black and red, like, oh my God, I didn't die, but I thought I was close to it.
That,
okay.
There are some negatives. It still looks like it's made for a GameCube, unfortunately. The graphics, they're artistic, and I get what they're going for. However, it still looks bad.
It's not Breath of the Wild.
It's not. It really is not. You're still looking out in the distance, and you're seeing, like, little things pop up here and there, and it's just, what are you gonna do?
It's kind of bad. What I also really... I didn't realize that this bothered me until I just thought about it. It is so quiet. Not in terms of music, because that doesn't bother me. There is no like, hey, like any kind of dialogue or sound.
You could at least use like a
sound
or
bite. Something, anything. But no, they don't have that, and it bothers me to no end.
I don't know why
Pokemon
so games don't do that. Because even when they had Sword and Shield, it was like, oh man, they've got this really awesome music when you're first going into the game, starting it up. And you're like, oh, this is really awesome, Gigantamax, whatever. And it was really cool. And then you just see the character mouthing and then like waving their hands up in the air. And it's just silent with the music. You're like, oh, this feels weird. And the same thing is happening in this one too, where it's just mouthing words and it's completely silent. It's like, this is... And that game has a lot of dialogue. So it could definitely use some, some weird little sound effects going on to at least make it more engaging. But it's just like, A, spam the A button. I can't read this anymore. I'm so bored.
Also, in line with the sound effects, I hate that they're still using like the same sound bites from like Pokemon Red and Blue.
For the Pokemon?
Yes, like
No, I love that.
No,
Honestly, I love it.
At least change it up a little bit. At least make it a little bit more modern.
Well, you want them to say their name or something?
No. Like you can have like sounds like So I've gotten Oshawott. I started out with Oshawott.
So did I.
Oh, I thought you were gonna.
I was gonna start with Cyndaquil, but I changed my mind because Mom liked Oshawott, so I was like, well, I'll do it for her.
Aw, Oshawott. Yeah. So you could have a more vibrant sound as opposed to. Like that, whatever it's doing, because at least have it reflect its actions, what it's doing, instead of just whatever.
I don't mind it.
No, it bothers me. It bothers me big time. So those, however, are my big gripes at the moment. It is very fun, and I'm sure I'm gonna sink a lot of hours.
So
into this.
it's fun that. I've gotten lost a few times of like, where am I supposed to be going? But in that time, I'm fighting and battling and whatever and leveling up my Pokemon. So it's worth getting lost because eventually you'll find your way to where you're supposed to be going in the wild area. And I'm already in the second wild area, about to go into the third. So that's fun. And I would say the story is not super interesting so far.
Not yet. Also, my last gripe is overall at the moment the character designs are ugly.
That's literally just all of them, all the Pokemon games.
Ugly. Especially the professor. Why is the
with his little hat?
Why is the hat?
Is Psyduck in there?
Yes, and he's on my team. Go Psyduck. He's awesome.
He's the only guy that matters.
Mom really likes him too. There's one part in the game where it's just like a little side quest. It's not a spoiler or anything. Where there's these 3 Psyducks holding onto their heads, and this lady's like, "Please, can you find something to fix these Psyducks' headaches? They have really bad migraines."
Aww.
And they're all like distressed. It's really cute. Anyways. We're going to move away from that, about to jump into the chunk. But Brian, you had a little segment for us this week. What is it?
Oh,
Tell
okay.
us.
Listen,
what is it?
All right. So, yeah, I'm going to tell you guys something. All right. For the past 11 seasons, Joanna and I have been watching this show. We got hooked in this show way early back when. We thought back then this show was amazing, and everybody and their grandma watched this show. This show they couldn't do it on network TV. It's too violent, too gory, but oh man, was it just wonderful. No, I'm not talking about Game of Thrones, even though that show ended horribly, but this show is just right on track to end horribly. I am talking about The Walking Dead.
You guys were watching that show before Ella was born.
Oh my gosh, just love The Walking Dead. Loved it. The first few seasons of that show are just phenomenal.
Nope.
Thank you to Frank Darabont. But man, so we just started to get back onto that show, and at this point we were like, we just have to finish it. We've been watching 11 seasons of this show.
Is this the last season, or are they still going?
This is the final season. The
Wow.
11th season is the final season of Walking Dead. And boy, is it ending on a whimper. Oh my goodness. It is just not good. It is just sad. It's literally just like, we're just going to do the same thing. How many other ways is there a way to kill a zombie just by stabbing it in the head? We're going to keep on showing you. I'm like, how many zombies are left? You've probably stabbed like 500,000 zombies in the head. How are they still popping up, existing? For goodness sakes. And the show is so dour, so depressing. These people never have any wins. They're always looking for food. They're always hungry. I don't know why they haven't starved to death yet. They're still having
Why
kids.
haven't you starved to death yet?
Oh
Do
my
it
gosh.
already.
Do it, yes, please. Yeah, and it's just like this show is just. At one time, this was the #1 television show on TV. I was about to. That sound didn't make any sense. It was the #1 show on TV. You know.
Yeah.
The #1 show on television.
Everybody
watched it.
I couldn't watch the show. I couldn't do it.
Now look. We're on season 11. We're about halfway through it, and every now and then there's a good episode that's like, oh, this is neat. This is different. This is unique. I mean, after 11 seasons, you got to find something new, something original to keep it fresh. But it's just few and far between. The Walking Dead final season. Oh man, oh gosh, can you just find peace or something? I don't know. Make it a happy. It's got to be a happy ending, because anything less than that would just be.
I've only seen one episode of The Walking Dead, and it was the very night that you guys brought Ella home from the hospital after giving birth to her, and I was staying at your house that night, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna stay up. Because they've got a newborn baby, it's crying, whatever. Sleep is just not going to happen anyway.
God, that was like 9 years ago.
Oh,
My thought is...
Wait. So, I had watched that first episode, and it was so scary that I literally was so traumatized. So I was only 15 when Ella was born. So my little 15-year-old self saw that half-cut zombie crawling on the ground, and I was like, oh no, I can't, just, looking out the windows, like, crap, and we're in Minnesota, dang it, you can see stuff crawling from a mile away.
Oh my God.
Man, I'm freaking out, you know?
It's coming to get you.
I don't know how to shoot a gun.
It's crawling at you from a mile away, and you're running like the lady. Why are you running? Why are you running? But no, my question, Ileana, is your first niece was born, and you thought to christen the night by watching The Walking Dead. What
a mistake. What a nightmare that night was. Ella, you cried all stinking night, and I was terrified because of zombies. It's all your fault.
Then you started screaming all night. No one got sleep that night.
Goodness gracious. That was when they were still at the townhome. And they had those really tall, steep stairs going upstairs.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, so that was it. That's all I
Fun
had.
times.
All right, Walking Dead. So
Yeah, don't watch it.
It's not over, though. Like, have all the episodes released, or?
So, right now it's half the episodes are released. They did like a half a season kind of thing.
Okay.
So the final chunk of episodes will be coming out on February 20th. Of course, we're gonna watch it. We have no choice. We have to finish it.
Do you think they'll make a spin-off series?
They've already made like a bunch of them.
But do you think they'll continue?
Oh, yeah, because I just saw today that Terry Crews is going to be headlining a new spin-off show of The Walking Dead. So,
okay.
And I don't think I'll be watching them. I'm
What is a spin-off? Is it like following a different group of people?
There's Fear the Walking Dead, which is set on the other side of the country. There's a few other ones that just didn't hit. Because they're... Again... Your main show has been on for 11 seasons.
Yeah.
There's only so many ways you can kill a zombie now at this point. Now it's just like gore, gore, gore. No story, no character development.
Because all the main cast, they're not dead. Like some of them, but not all of them.
A lot of the main guys jumped ship. And then there's supposed to be a Walking Dead movie with Andrew Lincoln, the main star, coming out sometime soon. So, just... Forget Walking Dead, man. Move on.
Speaking of moving on, it is time for the Chunk Zone.
Chunk Zone.
All right, Katie's got a game for us today. Brian and I are going to be guessing who said it. What was it? Rolf?
Mandark, Blue, or Mojo? So, I don't know. I've been thinking about Cartoon Network these days. You know, it's still a thing, right? Or at least it was a thing. And so I thought we could have some fun, especially since, there was some genius writing that went into these shows. So how this will work is I'm going to read this in the voice of Bubbles. so that you can't really tell, what voice is being used. I'm going to read this in Bubbles' voice, or the best that I can do. I've got a little bit of a cold, so this
For
is
those
gonna
of
be
you that
more
don't know,
like-
Bubbles was the blue Powerpuff Girl. She was very
Yes.
sweet and dainty.
Coloring.
Yes, she's the most darling character in all of television. And so, I thought, Brian, you could be Johnny Bravo, and Ileana, you can be one of the Canker sisters.
Oh gosh.
Or I couldn't think of who would you want to be?
I'll be the Caker sister.
God dang. So so how this will work is Brian's gonna be Team Johnny and Ileana's gonna be Team Canker, and I'm actually gonna ask you guys. Well, how would you guys like to do it? Do you guys want to buzz in, or do you guys want to have equal number of questions?
I like the buzzing.
Yeah, I like buzzing in.
Okay.
We're not delayed or anything, so
No,
Okay.
there's no delays.
no, so we
There's
can.
never
I'm just gonna
been
call
any
out
delay.
Team Johnny.
Yeah, and I'll
Team Johnny
I'll say
Bravo.
Canker. Canker.
Canker, Johnny. They both have 2 syllables, so it'll be nice and even. So, are you guys ready?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, so it sounds like a gorilla.
They wore gorillas. They had hairy legs
Why were they drawn with hairy legs?
because they were
like that.
nasty.
Oh, jeez. Okay, here we go. Number one. This one's pretty simple. Your garden is overgrown and your cucumbers are soft.
Canker.
Team Johnny.
Kanker said it first.
Rolf.
Rolf said it. That's correct.
Dang. That was a good one. Dang.
Yeah. And once again, I don't know if you need to write this down. The options are Rolf from Ed, Edd and Eddy, Mandark from Dexter's Laboratory, Blue from Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, or Mojo Jojo from the Powerpuff Girls. I probably should have said that too. Wow, so organized. All right. Here's question number 2. Gather round, all you mortals, and behold the fury that you cannot deny, and you won't be disappointed either.
Team Johnny.
Team Johnny.
I'm gonna go with Mandark.
That is Mandark.
I was maybe thinking it was Mojo.
I was so thinking Mojo.
I was
this
like,
close, and I was
but
like,
would he say mere
yeah.
mortals? I don't think so.
yeah.
Well, he said mortals, not mere mortals.
Oh,
But-
whatever. But still,
Yeah.
I don't think he would refer to mortals.
Okay.
Nice
so-
one.
Yeah. So here's number 3. Question number 3. Oh, thank you, Dark Forces. Thank you.
Team Johnny.
Johnny.
I'm gonna go with Blue.
No.
Canker.
Kanker.
I'm gonna go with Mandark.
It is Mandark.
Woo!
Yes.
Okay.
You can kind of hear it in his voice afterwards. Oh, thank you, Dark Forces. Thank you.
Mandark
Oh my
is
God.
great. Dude.
He is great. Jeez. All right. I'm going to eliminate some words from this because it'll give it away. Question number 4. Attaboy. Down with tyranny. Up with non-tyranny.
Team Johnny.
Johnny.
Blue.
It is Blue.
Yes.
Yes.
What was the actual line?
Attaboy, Mac. Down with tyranny. Up with non-tyranny.
Oh, got it.
Yes. All right. Question number, I think this is 5.
Yes.
Secret doors? Who needs them? What do I care about secret doors? And the unparalleled delights they keep hidden from the world.
Canker.
Canker.
Blue?
It is Blue. Woo. Yeah. Okay. This one's pretty obvious.
Okay.
This one's pretty
And then
great.
Brian and I are like,
One of my favorite Powerpuff Girls episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here we go. You've got to be kidding me! I'm wet! I'm naked. Your sister is wearing my clothes.
Johnny.
Johnny.
I'm gonna go Mandark.
It is not Mandark.
Oh.
Kanker.
Kanker.
Is it Rolf?
No, you're both wrong.
Oh no.
It is Mojo Jojo. You've got to be kidding me. I'm wet. I'm naked. Your sister is wearing my clothes. That's when.
Bubbles was wearing his clothes.
Yeah. Shut up. I am Mojo Jojo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. So, that's for
She
you
said,
guys.
"Shut up."
Yeah. All right, next one. Yes, thanks to your foolishness, we will be reduced to nothing. Nothing like the amount of intelligence inside your head. Nothing like the amount of respect I get after 6
Johnny.
seasons on this show. Johnny.
Mandark.
No.
Dang.
Kanker.
Kanker.
Mojo
said it.
Ah.
Yes, thanks to your foolishness, we will be reduced to nothing. Nothing like the amount of intelligence inside your head. Nothing like the amount of respect I get after 6 seasons of this show.
Okay. This is going to be great. You got that one right, Ileana, right?
Yeah.
All right. Just trying to make sure I have my scores right.
You're on number 7.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Brian has
6,
2
7.
points and I have 4.
This is question number 8.
Oh yeah, because we have one.
That
neither
no
of us
one got. All right, here it is. Question number 8. Confess your crimes. Stale and piece of white bread.
Kanker.
Rolf. It is Rolf.
Dang it! I knew it was Rolf. Dang.
Confess your crimes. Stale and piece of white bread.
God, Rolf had it coming.
He was
really
so funny.
did. God, what a jerk! I can't stand that kid.
No. He was always like...
He is! Dude, no, he
not.
thinks that everybody knows what he's talking about. Nobody knows what you're talking about, Rolf. Rolf?
No, but when he's being, like, just used, and he, reaches his
Hello,
limit.
Ed boys.
Hello, Ed boys. Okay.
Rolf, nobody else calls them Ed boys but you. Come on, bro.
Oh my god. Hey, but that's like an awesome comeback. Like to call someone the stale and piece of white bread. That's pretty amazing. Okay, so question the next. I was born to be wild, but the cage was too small.
Kanker.
No.
Blue. Oh.
This is your chance to steal, Johnny. I'm too pretty.
What's the line again? Can you repeat it?
I was born to be wild, but the cage was too small.
I'm gonna go Mandark.
It was Rolf. I was born to be wild, but the cage was too small. Woo!
What is that? What is that accent supposed to be of his?
Nobody knows.
It's like nobody knows. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. He looks like he could be from like India or Pakistan or that area, but nobody knows what he is.
that's so funny. I wonder what the creators have to say about him.
I don't know. Okay. Question the next. Excellent. My sneaky ways have put me in the lead. I'd give myself a pat on the back, but I'm driving, so I'll have to do that later.
Johnny.
Kanker? Ah.
Ooh.
That was Brian.
Okay, we'll give it to Brian.
I'm gonna go Mandark.
It is Mandark.
Yes, finally.
Yeah, that's the episode where they were doing like a race.
Yeah, in the laboratory.
They built their cars. Yeah, they built their cars. Okay, just 2 questions left and then a bonus question.
Oh, snap. Brian, you
Yeah.
can take the lead still.
He can take the lead, just like Annie. Go, Annie! God, why did I... Moving on. All right, question the next. Being a burden is great. It's like my 7th favorite thing to be.
Kanker?
Johnny.
Kanker had it first.
Blue?
No way.
Yeah, it is. Listen back, and it is blue.
Dang it! I
Eventually.
knew it. Gosh,
Woo, you,
Yeah.
you.
son of a gun! I knew it.
Okay, so this is the last real question, and then we'll have a bonus question. Last question. Will the people in the cheap seats please leave? Everyone else, hand over your jewels.
Johnny,
Johnny.
Mojo.
It is Mojo. Okay, and that is the end of this. Let me tally up our scores. 1, 2,
Brian's at 4,
3,
I'm at 6.
4, 5, 6. Yes, Ileana has 6 points, and Brian has 1, 2,
Four.
3,
Four.
and
Quattro.
4. Yep, just double checking.
And Katie has
Quattro,
2.
quattro.
Yeah, I've got 2 points. Me. Okay, so this last question is going to be worth, we'll just say 5 points. So this is the winner. Winner, chicken dinner. And this has nothing, this is a general Cartoon Network question.
So,
So you have-
it's not Rolf or...
It's, I will say right now, it is not Rolf, Mandark, Blue, nor Mojo. But I will say it is, you know what? I'm not even going to say that because that will give it away.
But it is
Our
Cartoon Network.
our generation's Cartoon Network.
Okay.
Yes.
No
And
Adventure
I
Time.
I will say this again in Bubbles' voice. Who dares to summon the Master of Masters, the Deliverer of Darkness, the Shogun of Sorrow?
Johnny.
Kanker?
Johnny had it.
Who is... Shoot, what's that name?
I need the name of the person that said it, not the show. The name.
Him.
No, it is not him.
Kanker!
Kanker.
Haku?
Aku, I'll give it
Or
to you.
Aku.
But it's
Ah.
Aku, yeah, from Samurai Jack.
Ah,
Yes.
man.
That's
I was
a good
close.
Guess, though. That's a very good guess.
Yeah.
So Ileana is our winner.
Hey.
Good job, Ileana. Good
Yay.
job.
I know my Cartoon Network.
Oh man, yeah. So
And
that was,
boys!
yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I know it was kind of short. Jeez. God.
Oh my gosh. Now I want to watch
Yeah.
Ed, Edd and Eddy. I love
That
how
sounds
like
great.
shaky the lines are on their
Yeah.
God,
character.
I can't stand Ed and Eddie now because again, it's one of those shows like Charlie Brown where they just nothing ever goes their way. You know,
Yeah.
Well, it's their
They're-
fault.
it's
is
not.
their
There,
fault. It
there are
is their
so many
fault.
times it is not their fault. Truly, it isn't. You know, they actually have like some decent schemes, but you know, the other kids in the neighborhood are kind of just punks.
I just love the episode where Ed covers the entire neighborhood with cereal that he's been chewing up. Because he had
I
like a
remember that
rock
one.
in his shoe or something. So
Oh,
he became
yeah,
a
yeah,
monster.
yeah.
And literally all, like, everybody's like, where is everyone? Like, one of the Eds is like, where'd the cul-de-sac kids go? And then they find Ed. They're like, Ed, what are you doing? And all the kids are like on the wall covered in cereal, like, please help me.
What was the name of the 3 gross sisters that
The
lived
Kanker
The
like in
Kanker
the trailer?
sisters.
Oh, that was them. Oh, that's what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's why I was making their laugh. Their disgusting laugh.
They were horrifying.
They're
They were like your worst nightmare.
They really were the worst. They tried so many times to marry.
yeah.
It was
Oh
disgusting.
gosh.
They were great.
May,
though.
Marie, and Lee.
That's right.
And I remember the
Marie,
way
the door.
I remember the way they would all run too.
Come on, bud.
Yeah.
Like Double D would run like this, like
Yeah. And his little legs were like.
and the other guy would run like this, like
That was
and
funny.
oh my gosh, what was you
Ed?
had Eddie. He would
Eddie.
be like, ooh.
And the
Yeah, he would run like this,
jawbreakers.
like
Yeah, exactly.
like a classic cartoon.
Their
you know?
jawbreakers were like bigger than their heads.
Enormous. Yeah. Somehow their ear
Ear.
was attached to
Yeah.
their cheek when they had them in their mouth. That was great. One of
And
my
Kevin was so mean.
Kevin was a jerk, dude.
He was a jerk.
Gosh, that kid needed to get pounded. Serious.
One of my favorite episodes was Naz went to go babysit Eddie.
Yeah.
And he
Oh,
thought
such
it was a
classic
date.
Episode.
Yeah, that was so good.
She made him mac and cheese and
Yeah. Made him take a
like, no,
bath.
take a bath.
And he's like,
He's like, oh man. Oh.
that was great.
So many weird people. What a weird show. Like Plank and that one kid,
Johnny.
Johnny. Oh, jeez, wearing
You can't
sandals
talk about
and
Mike Plank that way.
And then you had what was the other kid's name that was friends with
Johnny.
no, it was
the
a kid with like, oh, this juice has pulp in it.
Yeah, his name was Johnny.
No, Johnny was the bald kid with Plank.
Yeah,
Oh,
no, what was the little
I'm
white
sorry.
kid?
Jimmy.
The pay.
His name was Jimmy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Jimmy.
Jimmy. Yeah.
Jimmy, and there was
Jimmy!
a girl. Yeah, and there was
Eddie's sister.
Sarah.
sister. And
Sarah.
yeah.
What a weird show. And then you've got
What a
Powerpuff
weird
Girls,
show.
and that is like one of my favorite cartoons of all time. It is
so
so violent when you go back and watch it. That is a violent TV show. There are
there's-
teeth flying, there's blood, there's so much butt kicking.
Probably the most violent episode was when they had
Beat the
addiction-
crap out of Mojo,
Mojo
for
when Candy.
Candy from the mayor.
They had the addiction to candy, and so they would stage crimes so that they'd be rewarded with candy.
They made Mojo cry.
And it eventually happened to where, in that episode, the mayor ran out of candy, and they were gonna beat up the mayor, and they went to jail, and they beat up Mojo looking for candy, and they're like, "Wait a minute, what are we doing?" And there's poor Mojo, like beat to
He's like
death,
shriveled up, and his like
just making-
eyeballs like sticking out, and
Oh,
one
and then
tear
he
comes
cries,
out of it.
yeah.
One
and that's
tear.
When they realize, what have we done?
Yeah.
We're the monsters. And then there's poor Mojo like, oh.
You've got characters like the Gangrene Gang. You've got the Amoeba Boys, Fuzzy Lumpkin, him, Princess. All the awesome.
Rowdy Rough Boys.
Yeah. Such good villains.
Yeah.
Rainbow the Clown is like one of my favorite all-time
Yeah.
TV episodes. Period.
Love,
It's just
love,
perfect.
Love makes the world go round.
Jeez, oh my god. And listing off the villains, that's like a roster akin to Batman.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, really.
The Rogues Gallery. Oh yeah.
And it's I like Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, but it doesn't hold that well in my heart.
I think
like the other ones
you're
do.
too old. I think you're already at an age when that came out that it was.
But see, I was still watching Cartoon Network like regularly. Like
I know for me, like Foster's, like I barely remember that.
like
show.
I loved Eduardo, Coco, Wilt, Blue, Cheese, all those characters, but it's not as memorable and as like
It
in
just
my
didn't
heart
hit,
like the other
it didn't
ones.
hit as hard.
Yeah.
It wasn't as funny. It was maybe a little too obnoxious.
And I kind of feel the same way for Dexter's Lab. I like Dexter's Lab, but
Oh,
I'm
man.
not as connected to it.
There are some
That's
episodes
different.
of Dexter's that roar, and some that are just like, yeah.
Yeah. I love his parents though. Feed me.
Yeah.
Feed me. He's stuck in the grass.
I mean, there's a lot of
It's
like,
lunchtime.
dark adult humor though in that show. That was like typical '90s humor too.
Yeah,
You know, like
like-
the coffee episode
Like
where their
Dee
parents need coffee.
Dee turning into like a grown woman and Dexter going to take a shower after talking to her. It's like, oh, we know what that's for.
Yeah.
So,
Ew.
no, but I am a fan of Powerpuff Girls and Ed, Ed, and Eddie. Those are my favorite out of the two. But anyways, that is it for this episode of Bump That. Thank you guys so much for listening to this week's episode. Next week, we're going to be talking about the Wild Boys. Steve-O. He's coming. We're talking about him. And then the other word. I know this is a family-friendly show, but we're going to say it. Jackass.
Booty hole. Oh.
Oh, I had to whisper it.
Oh, I said booty hole.
Oh, well, no. Donkey hole?
Ew.
Okay. Oh man.
Whole donkey?
Oh my
Okay,
gosh.
please.
Anyways, we'll be talking about Wild Boys Jackass since that movie's coming out. And we'll be talking about the previous movies, the TV show, Wild Boys, whatever. So stay tuned for that episode next week. We got English. We got give it rubber.
Quality entertainment here.
Thank you guys so much for listening to this week's episode. If you guys liked it, leave a like. Maybe comment. Did you like Katie's Bubbles impression? Do you like any of the shows that we mentioned today? What do you think about Nintendo being rocky and winning against all of the other game companies? What do you think of Arceus? What are your first impressions? Let us know down in the comments below. And we are signing off. We've got Brian in this corner.
Pink.
We've got KT in this corner.
I'm ugly and I'm proud.
You're supposed to say yellow. I set you up.
Literally set up. What's
I
wrong
literally
with you?
set you up. Come on.
I'm ugly and I'm proud.
Yes, exactly. You are
Whoa!
ugly.
Whoa!
Don't ever do that again.
He set you
Dang.
up to say yellow.
Wait, but you didn't even say it the right way.
He said, "Are you?"
Pink. How else are you supposed
no,
to say?
because you don't say it that way. It's
What do you mean you don't say it that way?
you gotta say it in SpongeBob's voice.
It doesn't matter at this
Yes,
point.
it does matter.
Pink.
It totally.
Pink.
Yellow. Oh, my name's not Red.
And I'm Miliana, your host. We are signing off on episode 54, and we will see you guys in next week's episode. Bye bye.
You know, these were white when I bought them.